Tim Burchett, Ryan Graves, Lue Elizondo, Chris Mellon, and others are responding to AARO's ridiculous UFO report. So let's talk about it. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, here's what Tim Burchett said. So the people doing the cover-up of UFOs say they find no cover-up. Classic self-fulfilled prophecy. And he links to this article. Pentagon finds no evidence of alien visits, a hidden spacecraft. Well, yeah, shocking, right? Of course, Stephen Greenstreet and Mick West are just having a field day with all this. Stephen Greenstreet says, cover-up of what, Congressman? The report says there's no evidence of a cover-up of alien spaceships and alien bodies. You're saying that's a lie? What you got that proves otherwise? Oh, it's so frustrating. Well, they're not allowing the proof out there, clearly. But there is proof. They are passing legislation based on this proof. The proof is classified. The truth is classified, guys. We need to unclassify the truth. But Tim is far from the only person speaking out about this. Here's what Lue Elizondo had to say. Today, the Pentagon and its current U.A.P. investigative program, AARO, issued a public report that is intentionally dishonest, inaccurate, and dangerously misleading. I hold the Pentagon leadership and former AARO leadership accountable for this obvious attempt to diminish and embarrass whistleblowers, to undermine the truth, and ignore the evidence. Their goal is clearly to minimize congressional and public scrutiny and to cover up the truth. To be clear, I do not hold most of the fine people who work within AARO to be accountable, as they are not at all responsible for their leaders' decisions. Many of us who have worked the UAP topic for the government are aware of the ample classified evidence that has been provided to AARO and contradicts this report. Senior members of Congress have also had access to this evidence. This report only makes it more abundantly clear to Congress that they must take more legislative action to demand transparency on the UAP topic on behalf of the American people. Myself and others who are aware of the truth are going to keep working to help Congress in their efforts to achieve disclosure. Yuri Geller says, I am absolutely quivering and fuming with anger. Why? Because the American government's AARO is way off target. Their latest official report on UFOs, UAPs, fired off by their supposedly, don't make me laugh, unbiased, totally above-the-board, truth-seeking AARO, has just published, and believe me, it certainly hasn't hit the bullseye when it comes to getting close to the truth. Instead, all it has delivered is a massive pile of hot, steaming bullshit. The whole thing is total BS. It's the most obvious cover-up since the Soviet government tried to pretend nothing had gone wrong at Chernobyl. And he goes on, what a ridiculous BS. Yeah, he is not happy about it. And he's also saying that, again, Skinny Bob is proof of, aliens. He is really on the Skinny Bob train. And I love it. I'm still kind of on the fence about Skinny Bob. But it's definitely very compelling footage of these beings. And, particularly this one being, but there is a group shot. And, is this real? Is this CGI? I don't know. I think that the Jon Stewart video is actually more compelling because he's done a lot of research to back that up. And also it's backed up by Nico to some extent. So, yeah, but either way, Yuri Geller is not happy. Here's what Ryan Graves had to say.
Well, the report today was disappointing on multiple levels. Primarily for me, when I see that report come out and the language that it used and the way that the media was kind of brought together to not really tell the full story, it, for me, read as a way to discourage other whistleblowers and other pilots from coming forward in order to report on these cases. For me, that's especially concerning. This is something that is happening now. This is something that pilots are experiencing now. And this type of language only hurts the reporting mechanisms that AARO is charged with implementing.
You tell him, Ryan. You tell him. Chris Mellon says, this new report is not going to satisfy anyone. To begin with, it is a case of the DOD and the IC investigating themselves without even the independence that inspectors general enjoy. Obviously, there is a huge potential conflict of interest, which is what Tim Burchett was also saying. Imagine a small office of the DOD trying to investigate the Iran-Contra affair. Congress did a great job with that inquiry, something that would have likely been a whitewash if the executive had tried to investigate itself. Further, many witnesses did not trust AARO and would not meet with him. For example, one former senior USG official years ago not only told me the rumors are real, he also provided details including the name of the USAF gatekeeper. But he refused to speak to AARO about this because he claimed he did not trust the process. Some of the witnesses who refused to meet with AARO did meet behind closed doors with members of Congress, however. This is why some in Congress take the issue so seriously. And he goes on. What I also find concerning is the false conflation in some news coverage of the assertion there is no recovered alien technology with the notion that we don't have evidence of craft doing things beyond our present understanding of science and technology. As we know, hundreds of credible military reports remain unexplained and are continuing to pour in. Even Dr. Kirkpatrick, the lovely Dr. Kirkpatrick, concedes there is no conventional explanation for the well-documented Nimitz case, and earlier this week, Ryan Graves demonstrated to me with pencil and paper why none of the proposed debunking explanations for the gimbal video make sense. There is also the recent case in Florida involving a USAF fighter that pursued a UAP and suffered interference with its sensors. The list goes on and on. In sum, the public needs to understand it is imperative to continue aggressively investigating UAP for both national security and scientific purposes, regardless of the accuracy of this report. Ryan Graves also goes on in a longer post on Twitter. Here are my questions, he says. I'll just read part of it. Why is the Pentagon trying to dismiss cases they can't explain? Well, I think we know why, Ryan. If reported cases of UAP are entirely innocuous, why is AARO right now deploying advanced hyperspectral sensors to military bases and training ranges? Yeah, I commented on that as well the other day. They're denying UFOs at the same time they're deploying UFO sensor technology. It's crazy. It's crazy. Is the Pentagon the right agency to investigate whistleblower claims, or should Congress or the DOJ take a stronger role to ensure impartiality and justice? Rather than address head-on the 80-year UAP mystery, the Pentagon succeeded in further misdirecting the public, discouraging military pilots and whistleblowers from coming forward, and perpetuating the stigma surrounding this topic. Very deliberately, too. Part of what makes all this so frustrating is that the media has totally bought into it, and the AARO report is being widely shared as proof that UFOs have been debunked. But not all media outlets are buying into it. Of course, News Nation is on it, but also we have the Washington Examiner. Pentagon's UFO agency report shows analytical bias. Now, it's not as strong of an article as I would like, but at least it does address the idea of analytical bias, and I will let you read the full thing at your leisure. Whitley Strieber has this to say. The new UAP report is very concerning. From my standpoint, it is an insult to close encounter witnesses who have suffered for so long. It is also a reminder that a country cannot be free when too many secrets are kept. Where the secrets start, the republic stops. Amen, Whitley. Amen. And it goes on and on. People are reacting all over the place. The AARO report is very clearly disinformation, and it is being widely shared. This seems orchestrated. It seems planned. It is discouraging that the powers that be are taking this very severe tack. They're not even trying to throw us a bone. There's no middle ground, right? They're not, basically they're saying that it's all BS. The AARO report does say there are unexplained sightings, but they don't really talk about that at all. The basic tone of the report is that they are all explained, and that the unexplained sightings are likely explainable with the proper sensor equipment. So, it's a very hard line they are taking. I would love for them to have addressed the Nimitz incident, or even more historical cases like the Phoenix Lights, the UFO flyover of Washington, D.C., and 42, or countless others, these mass sighting events. but of course they don't. And I think that's really unfortunate that they are taking this very hard line, this very hard stance that they're not even willing to really admit that there's any mystery at all. I don't think that's wise for them. I think that's a very unclever move by the UFO control group to take this hard line. At least they should say, oh, well, there are some mysteries out there that can't be explained. And, maybe we should investigate those. Maybe we shouldn't. They would try to come up with some reason why we shouldn't or why we should minimize those efforts. But I find it very troubling that they are taking this very hard line. And, we have rumors of furniture wrecking about to happen. And, it's going to make this report and this hard stance they're taking look very bad if any of that comes out. So I think that there is obviously a war going on behind the scenes. They don't want that stuff coming out because they don't want to look bad, obviously. So they're clearly probably trying to stop that from coming out. So Godspeed, David Grush, Lue Elizondo, everybody else that is trying to push this forward behind the scenes, because clearly you're encountering some resistance, a lot of resistance based on this very hard line that they are taking. We can see that. So you need all the help you can get. My best wishes are with you guys, and I know that most of the people that watch this channel and others, our hearts are with you, and we stand with you guys. And we are going to get UFO disclosure. Hopefully, it won't be catastrophic. Nobody wants a catastrophe, but if that's what it takes to actually reveal the truth, then maybe that's what needs to happen. But either way, it's very unfortunate to see them taking this very hard line. But there you go. A lot of people coming out denouncing this obviously bogus report. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, Discord links below. Support the channel by buying a book or buying some merch in the merch store below, or by becoming a channel member. See the link in the first line of the description. Channel members are, of course, rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.